Welcome back to our Senior Healthcare channel. This is the place where we learn together simple, easy to understand, and practical knowledge to protect male sexual health, hormone function, and prostate health. As we enter our later years, many gentlemen over the age of 60 begin to notice silent changes in their bodies. They feel more tired. Their energy gradually decreases. They urinate at night, urinate frequently, and sometimes experience a decline in their body's natural responsiveness, which causes concern for many. Unfortunately, the cause is not always simply aging. A significant part actually comes from the very familiar foods on our dining table each day. According to Dr. John E. Morley, a testosterone specialist in the United States, along with many studies published in the Journal of Urology and the National Institute on Aging NIH, nutrition plays a very important role in maintaining hormonal balance, supporting blood circulation, and protecting natural sexual function after the age of 60. In today's video, we will explore 5 types of vegetables that may seem healthy but can quietly harm male sexual health in old age if consumed improperly. If this topic concerns you, please leave a comment sharing your age so we can continue to bring you more suitable and helpful content for your health. When men reach the age of 60, their bodies begin to go through many complex biological changes. One of the core factors is the natural decline of testosterone. This hormone plays an important role in maintaining male sexual health, vitality, alertness, and the function of the urinary system as well as the prostate. When testosterone levels decrease, many silent symptoms appear, such as prolonged fatigue, difficulty staying alert in the morning, gradually reduced vitality, and sometimes mild disorders like nighttime urination, urination, or even minor issues with urinary control. What many gentlemen may not pay enough attention to is that food directly affects the operation of the aging hormonal system and blood vessels. It is not simply about feeling full or enjoying the meal, but the nutritional quality of daily meals can strongly impact testosterone production, blood vessel elasticity, and the ability to deliver blood to important areas of the body. After the age of 60, blood vessels become less flexible, and their ability to expand when needed gradually decreases. When blood circulation is affected, sensitive organs do not receive enough blood to perform their normal functions. This is why many older men often feel their vitality gradually weakening, even though they maintain a healthy lifestyle. Some foods, even those that seem healthy, contain compounds that can disrupt hormones, promote chronic inflammation, or slowly narrow the blood vessels. With long-term consumption, these factors silently accumulate and severely hinder the ability to maintain natural male sexual function in old age. The good news is that by understanding the mechanisms and making proper dietary adjustments, we can naturally improve and maintain long-term vitality without relying on medication. Soybeans and soy products. For many years, soybeans have often been considered a good food source because of their high plant-based protein content, low saturated fat, and rich micronutrients. However, for men over the age of 60, soybeans and soy products can become a negative factor affecting male sexual health and the hormonal system if not consumed properly. The most notable feature of soybeans is their content of phytoestrogens. This is a type of compound with a chemical structure similar to the natural estrogen found in the human body. When consumed in large amounts, especially in those whose testosterone levels have already begun to decline naturally due to aging, phytoestrogens can create a slight hormonal imbalance, increasing the relative effects of estrogen compared to testosterone. When this balance shifts, men may gradually experience symptoms such as reduced vitality, prolonged fatigue, decreased mental alertness, irritability, and more subtle changes related to the body's natural responsiveness. In addition, some may notice nighttime urination or more frequent urination at night due to increased prostate sensitivity caused by hormonal disturbances. Many studies from the National Institute on Aging NIH and hormone specialists in the United States, such as Dr. Abraham Morgenthaler, have also pointed out that when men over 60 have entered a stable low testosterone phase, external factors that further increase estrogen activity will gradually weaken overall male sexual function. However, this does not mean that soy must be completely eliminated. The degree of impact depends largely on the amount and frequency of consumption. If used in moderation, occasionally enjoying soft tofu, soy milk, or edamame is entirely acceptable. What needs to be noted is to avoid overusing soy as a primary protein source daily or consuming it continuously for long periods without balancing it with other foods that support aging hormones. In cases of prostate or urinary conditions, or while taking hormone therapy medications, it is advisable to consult a nutritionist or hormone specialist before regularly consuming soy, canned vegetables, pickled vegetables, and long-stored vegetables. In a busy lifestyle, many seniors often choose canned vegetables, pickled vegetables, or long-stored preserved foods for convenience. However, for men over the age of 60, regularly consuming these types of vegetables can silently become a negative factor, affecting male sexual health and the overall health of the urinary system and prostate. The most noticeable feature of canned or pickled vegetables is their very high sodium content. Sodium mainly comes from salt and preservatives used to extend the product's shelf life. When sodium intake exceeds the body's needs, especially in older adults with less elastic blood vessels, the first consequence is increased blood pressure and damage to the inner lining of the blood vessels. The inner lining of the blood vessels is where nitric oxide is produced, a crucial molecule that helps blood vessels naturally expand, ensuring sufficient blood circulation to important functional areas. When the blood vessel lining becomes inflamed, hardened, or stiff due to prolonged sodium excess, the ability to produce nitric oxide significantly decreases. This seriously hinders blood circulation and silently affects the body's ability to maintain vitality and flexibility. Furthermore, high blood pressure indirectly puts pressure on the prostate, causing many men to experience nighttime urination, fréquurination, difficulty controlling urination, or even weak or incomplete urination. These are very common urinary disorders after the age of 60 that many people face daily. Several studies published by the American Urological Association, AUA, have also recorded a clear link between sodium-rich diets and peripheral vascular dysfunction, as well as impacts on male sexual health in old age. The safe solution is to prioritize fresh vegetables, lightly steamed or boiled vegetables, especially potassium-rich vegetables such as spinach, Swiss chard, and kale, because potassium helps neutralize sodium and supports blood vessel protection. It is best to minimize the use of canned or long-preserved pickled vegetables. And if they must be used, rinse off the salt water several times before eating. White potatoes. White potatoes have long been a popular dish in many family meals. With their rich taste, easy preparation, and affordable price, white potatoes appear in many forms such as fried, mashed, stewed, or baked. However, for men over the age of 60, regularly consuming white potatoes can negatively affect male sexual health, hormonal balance, and the circulatory system if not properly controlled. The distinctive feature of white potatoes is their very high glycemic index. When consumed, the starch in potatoes quickly converts into blood sugar. causing a sudden rise in glucose levels. To handle this increase, the pancreas must release a large amount of insulin to bring blood sugar back to stable levels. If this situation is repeated over time, especially in older adults who have weaker metabolism, the body can easily develop insulin resistance. When insulin resistance occurs, blood vessels begin to suffer from underlying chronic inflammation. Prolonged inflammation gradually weakens the inner lining of the blood vessels, reduces nitric oxide production, and lowers the blood vessel's ability to expand naturally. When blood circulation becomes inefficient, the body's ability to maintain flexibility and natural vitality also gradually declines. In addition, blood sugar metabolism disorders can easily lead to the accumulation of visceral fat, indirectly affecting prostate function and leading to issues such as nighttime urination, urination, or a feeling of incomplete urination. These disorders disturb sleep, reduce nightly recovery energy, and further impact aging hormones. According to many studies from the National Institute on Aging (NIH), good blood sugar control is one of the fundamental factors in protecting long-term male sexual health after the age of 60. The safe solution is to replace white potatoes with lower glycemic index root vegetables such as sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are not only rich in fiber but also contain many antioxidants, help reduce inflammation, stabilize blood sugar, and support hormone stability in old age. When preparing, it is best to boil or lightly bake them with olive oil to preserve their nutritional value. Eggplant and oil-heavy cooking methods. Eggplant has long been considered a healthy vegetable because it contains plenty of fiber, is low in calories, and is rich in natural antioxidants. With its mild sweetness and ability to absorb flavors, eggplant often appears in family meals, from stews and stir-fries to fried dishes or cheese bakes. However, the way eggplant is prepared is the key factor that determines its impact on male sexual health after the age of 60. The structure of eggplant is like a natural sponge. When cooked with oil, especially when deep fried or stir-fried with a lot of fat, eggplant tends to absorb a large amount of vegetable oil into its flesh. Many common cooking oils today, especially corn oil, canola oil, and soybean oil, are very high in omega-6 fatty acids. If omega-6 levels become too high compared to omega-3, the body easily falls into a state of mild, prolonged chronic inflammation. Chronic inflammation is the silent enemy of blood circulation and hormonal health. In old age, when inflammation persists, the inner lining of the blood vessels becomes damaged. Nitric oxide production decreases, blood vessels lose flexibility, and blood flow to sensitive functional areas weakens. This is why many men over 60 begin to feel their vitality diminish, even though their desire remains. Moreover, inflammation also increases abnormal activity in the prostate, leading to symptoms such as nighttime urination, urination, or difficulty in fully emptying the bladder. These are common disorders that many older men silently face. Documents from the American Urological Association, AUA, and the National Institute on Aging, NIH, both emphasize the link between diets high in omega-6 oils and the risk of chronic vascular inflammation. The solution is very simple, but offers long-term benefits. When using eggplant, prioritize cooking methods such as oven roasting, light steaming, or pan searing. With a small amount of extra virgin olive oil, you can also combine it with garlic, fresh tomatoes, and herbs to enhance the flavor while preserving its health benefits for aging hormones. Corn and corn-based products. Corn has long been a familiar food in many family meals. With its natural sweetness and easy preparation, corn often appears in many forms such as boiled corn, grilled corn, corn cakes, corn snacks, and even corn syrup found in many beverages and candies. However, for men over the age of 60, consuming corn too frequently can silently affect male sexual health, hormonal function, and the urinary system. The main component of corn is fast digesting starch, which quickly raises blood sugar levels when absorbed, similar to white potatoes. These sudden blood sugar spikes force the pancreas to release large amounts of insulin to adjust over time. This can lead to insulin resistance, creating conditions for chronic inflammation to develop in the blood vessel walls. This chronic inflammation directly affects the inner lining of blood vessels, weakening the production of nitric oxide, which is essential for smooth blood circulation. When blood vessels lose elasticity, blood flow to sensitive areas decreases, leading to a diminished sense of vitality, even though the desire remains. In addition, consuming too much corn easily increases visceral belly fat. This is not just excess fat, but also acts as a secondary endocrine organ, silently converting testosterone into estrogen through a process called aromatase. The relative increase in estrogen in men over 60 contributes to hormonal imbalance, affecting prostate health and leading to problems such as nighttime urination, fréquurination, and reduced bladder sensitivity. Many reports from the Journal of Urology have also shown a connection between diets high in fast digesting starches and metabolic disorders that indirectly affect male sexual function in old age. The reasonable solution is to limit foods high in corn, especially processed products such as snacks, corn syrup, and corn cakes. Instead, you can choose whole grains such as quinoa, oats, or add fiber-rich beans and seeds. These foods help stabilize blood sugar, reduce chronic inflammation, and naturally support hormonal balance. Luke, adjusting the diet after the age of 60, after understanding the types of foods that can silently affect male sexual health and hormonal balance in old age, the next important step is to build a safe, practical, and truly suitable diet for the body after 60. The right diet not only helps maintain vitality, but also protects the prostate, stabilizes the urinary system, and enhances overall health. First, prioritize adding green vegetables rich in natural nitrates. Vegetables such as spinach, arugula, kale, and beets contain abundant bioavailable nitrates. When absorbed, nitrates are converted into nitric oxide, which helps blood vessels expand naturally, improving effective blood circulation. This forms the foundation for improving circulation to all organs, including sensitive functional areas that are easily affected by aging. In addition, healthy fats play a very important role. Many older gentlemen have feared fats, but in fact, if the right types are chosen, fats actively support natural testosterone production. Extra virgin olive oil, avocados, and fatty fish such as salmon, mackerel, and sardines, which are rich in omega-3, not only help reduce inflammation but also support hormonal balance, protect blood vessels, and stabilize mental well-being. An essential food group that must not be overlooked is zinc-rich foods. Zinc plays a crucial role in testosterone synthesis. After the age of 60, the need for natural zinc supplementation becomes even more important. Pumpkin seeds, shellfish such as oysters, crabs, and shrimp, as well as carefully controlled amounts of red meat, are valuable zinc sources that support male sexual health and prostate function. It is also important to limit refined sugars and processed carbohydrates. High blood sugar not only causes inflammation but also affects the nervous system, small blood vessels, and the body's natural responsiveness. Replace them with healthy carbohydrates from whole grains, beans, seeds, and fiber-rich vegetables. Besides diet, other supportive factors are equally necessary. Maintain light daily physical activity such as walking, yoga, or Tai Chi to promote blood circulation. Boost metabolism and keep the prostate healthier. Deep, sufficient sleep each night not only restores energy but also supports the regulation of aging hormones. Most importantly, always maintain an optimistic mindset and stay proactive in daily activities to nourish resilience from the inside out. With a reasonable diet combined with a healthy lifestyle, maintaining stable vitality after the age of 60 is entirely achievable without the need for complicated interventions. Our bodies are always ready to listen and recover if cared for properly. The age of 60 marks many changes in the overall health of men, changes in hormones, aging hormones, prostate function, and the circulatory system can affect daily quality of life, often before we even realize it. Therefore, understanding and adjusting the diet becomes an essential part of long-term healthcare. Through today's discussion, we hope you now have a clearer view of certain foods that may seem harmless but can silently affect male sexual health after the age of 60. These include soy products, high-sodium canned vegetables, white potatoes, oil-heavy eggplant dishes, and foods rich in refined corn. Familiar foods, if not properly controlled, can disrupt aging hormones, reduce vitality, and indirectly affect prostate function. The urinary system and sleep quality. The important thing is that we do not need to completely eliminate favorite foods. Instead, adjusting the amount, preparation methods, and combining them with supportive foods such as nitrate-rich greens, healthy fats, and zinc-rich foods will help rebalance hormones, protect blood circulation, and sustainably maintain natural vitality. Each small change in daily habits will bring positive effects over time, especially if you experience any unusual urinary or prostate symptoms. Do not hesitate to consult specialized doctors for timely advice and support. If you find this information helpful, please subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you will not miss upcoming content. In the next video, we will share simple exercises to improve pelvic health and help reduce nighttime urination, giving you more peace of mind for a restful sleep every night.